Recent study shows that we easily spend 56 hours a week planted in front of either a computer or TV screen. Lisa Raleigh says don't take these stats sitting down.
With the sedentary lifestyle that most of us tend to lead this day and age, it's quite common for the core muscles to become weakened. This can weaken your stomach's performance and give you a posture that makes you look bigger than you are. Some people describe the core to be the link between the upper and the lower extremities. Some people visualize the core as being like an apple core, the very center of the apple. Some people visualize it to be like a corset, supporting the body. And some people just think it's core, like the very core and center of one's being. There are three muscle groups that make up the abdomen. The first one is called the transverse abdominis. This is the really deep muscles of the abs. And this is responsible for that long, lean look, that nice slim waist. The second are the internal and external obliques. And these ones are on the sides and responsible for rotation of the spine. And the last one is called your rectus abdominis, really long muscle that's responsible for trunk flexion, so bending forward, and this is actually your six-pack muscles. I'd like to show you some easy ways of activating your core. So chair, you're a goner, and ball, something new. Now, the ball is no stranger to most people. In fact, we probably have one at home and it's just gathering a little bit of cobwebs. But it's a really handy tool to have with you at work. To replace your chair for a ball will give you a great workout. Not only will it improve your core, it'll also burn lots of calories at the same time. So the first exercise is a simple one. Starting with your good posture, legs 90 degrees. I want you to slowly walk your feet forward and at the same time lower your chest downwards until you reach a tabletop position. Your hips are up, butt squeeze, your feet are underneath your knees and there's a 90-degree angle in your knee. Take your hands behind your head, supporting your neck. There should be a 45-degree angle to your eye line. So imagine that you had an apple or a pair of socks wedged underneath your chin. So come up slowly, exhaling, squeezing the abs and gently back down. And you can see I'm shaking and that's a good sign because it means that my core is actually working. Now, that exercise worked the six-pack muscles. The next one, I want you to be working the sides, the obliques, which are responsible for that nice, hourglass frame. So hands behind the head again, and your opposite elbow, you want to take to your opposite knee. So coming up, exhale, opposite elbow to the opposite knee, and gently down. Other side, and down, keeping that chin up, holding and pausing at the top, squeezing the sides of the waist, and down. Okay, the final exercise is one called an abdominal bridge, which is fantastic for working that deep core muscle, which is the transverse abdominis. So you have to stand up from your ball, take it round to the front of you. Okay, start by bending down, elbows in the center of the ball, putting your hands together, and then I want you to push the ball out and extend the legs back behind you, like that. And then I want you to squeeze your abdominals as hard as you can without dropping your hips. Don't arch your back in this exercise, very important to keep your hips up. And then making sure that your shoulder is over your elbow as well, so they shouldn't be like this and not too far, just perfectly over the elbow. Try and hold this exercise for a minimum of 20 seconds, working your way up to 1, even 2 minutes. An incidental way of working the core all day long is to sit at your desk on an exercise ball. It's a way of ensuring that you're using these muscles all day long. Be careful though if you are a beginner, because if you're sitting on the ball incorrectly and you've got poor posture, you could end up hurting your spine even further. So you need to make sure that your back is nice and straight, that your shoulders are upright, and that your tummy muscles are controlled and tight at all times. And if you're feeling a little tired and a bit sick of your emails, then why don't you try do some of the exercises that I showed you, doing quite a few repetitions and a couple of sets until you're feeling a little more refreshed.
Remember, those who take more breaks from sitting during the day have slimmer waists and healthier blood fat and blood sugar levels. Get out of that chair.